You can use peanut butter to make diamonds. Before you run to the supermarket to get all the peanut butter you'll find there, here's something you need to figure out first. How to recreate the conditions of the lower mantle of our planet. You'll need to support such conditions for weeks just to create a tiny piece of diamond. Just so you know, the temperature should be 1,832 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's something that will make you question everything you know. Strawberries aren't actual berries, but bananas are. Cucumbers, bananas, and kiwis are all classified as berries, while blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries are not. By definition, a berry has pulp and seeds that develop from the ovary of a flower. The outer layer of any fruit is its skin. When it comes to berries, you mostly eat the skin, like with grapes. But it's not always the case, like in bananas. You can actually hear rhubarb grow. There's an old method where you put rhubarb in a dark shed. This way, you trick it into thinking it's spring. This will cause the plant to grow unnaturally big at a pace that's way faster than its natural one. In that scenario, the rhubarb grows so fast you can hear it popping as it gets bigger. Lobsters smell and taste using their legs. They have tiny chemosensory hairs located on their feet and legs when they want to identify and taste the food in front of them. Those bristles are equivalent to our taste buds. Also, these creatures have antennae on the front of their heads. They use them to smell food that's not so close to them. Lobsters have such a developed sense of smell, they can actually find a single amino acid just by smelling it. It may sound strange, but 3-day-old pasta can be really dangerous to eat. The great thing about this product is that no matter whether you eat it fresh or the next day, it goes well with anything: mushrooms, vegetables, meat. But don't leave your pasta in the fridge for too long, because specific bacteria can grow there, and they can really harm you. In 2005, 5 members of one family got really sick because they ate a 4-day-old pasta salad. They prepared the meal on Friday and took it to a picnic on Saturday. After coming back, they left it in the fridge until Monday evening when they had it for dinner. It ended up with bad food poisoning. These bacteria aren't that rare. They live wherever they can: food, soil, your gut. Not always do they cause really bad consequences, but it's better not to risk it. So try not to eat the same pasta for several days in a row and always keep it in the fridge. You can't hum while holding your nose. You've tested it right now, haven't you? When you hum, the air escapes through your nose. That's how the humming sound is created. But of course, the air has nowhere to go when you're pinching your nose shut. Speaking of the nose, did you know you breathe out of just one nostril at a time? It may seem that nostrils usually share the workload, and that you breathe in the same amount of oxygen. But they do actually switch. Every couple of hours, the active nostril takes a break, and the other one takes over until they switch back again sometime later. About 20% of oxygen in blood in your body ends up used by your brain. This organ is responsible for countless important tasks. Plus, it's always busy since it keeps your whole internal system running. When you're on a flight, your body loses nearly 8% of water. Water is like a mechanical oil for us, since our body can't function without it. And you lose some liquid on a flight because the humidity in the plane's climate-controlled environment is usually lower than what you're used to, by 10 to 15%. Trees have their own way of communicating with one another. Their roots are interconnected by the Wood Wide Web, an underground system of fungi that helps them to exchange resources. That way, they can share their nutrients. For example, that's how a mother tree, which is the largest and sturdiest one in the forest, distributes some of its sugars to smaller trees surrounding it. Humans are capable of producing their own venom. At least technically, we could do it. We already produce the protein that's present in many venoms. All mammals and reptiles have such a capability. In other words, we have all we need to start producing it, but it's up to evolution to lead us there. If you could put all the hot dogs people eat on the 4th of July in the US in one line, they would cover the distance from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles 5 times over. It would take you 36 days to walk this distance if you never stopped. One of the tiniest insects in the world is even smaller than an amoeba, which is made out of only one cell. This mini wasp has the same body parts as all other bugs: wings, eyes, brain, and more. But it's only 0.008 inches long. Squirrels are the cause of the majority of power outages in the United States. The peak time they cause them is from May to June, and then again from October to November. These issues happen because the animals tunnel and chew through electrical insulation. Have you ever seen a double rainbow? You may have been so captivated by its beauty that you missed one important detail. The second arch comes in the colors that are reversed in comparison to the original rainbow. Rainbows are actually illusions. Prisms turn white light into tiny rainbows. And water drops act like tiny prisms. You see a rainbow after the rain because of the millions of water particles that are in the air. Rainbows have the shape of a perfect arc because the rays of light come out of a prism at different angles. You can't see a rainbow unless you're standing in the right spot, in the way of the colors coming out of the prism. And double rainbows occur when the light gets reflected once again. Interestingly, the sky between these two rainbows usually looks darker. The Tower of Pisa is not only leaning, but apparently it's also sinking. Its construction started in the 12th century. Since it was built on soft ground, it started to lean as soon as the builders reached the third floor, which was about 5 years after they had started the construction. Over the next couple of hundred years, the tower has not only been tilting, but also sinking, at a rate of 0.08 inches per year. Picture this: you've planned a perfect first date at a nice restaurant. But when you get there, you realize you haven't brought any breath mints. And what's even worse, you've already ordered some onion soup and garlic bread as a side dish. There's a simple solution to this problem: a cucumber salad. Fibrous vegetables, like cucumbers or celery, boost saliva production in your mouth. It washes away the bacteria that causes odors and helps you get rid of bad breath. There's another simple hack. Press a slice of cucumber against the roof of your mouth with your tongue for about a minute and a half. This will help you get rid of odors. If the cucumber is not on the menu, try parsley, which has a similar effect. Bamboo grows incredibly fast. Not only is it flexible and strong, but it's also the fastest growing plant on Earth. Some bamboo species can grow up to 35 inches per day. You can find bamboo in dense forests, where not so much light reaches lower layers. But plants do need sunlight to survive and get bigger. So bamboo is in a hurry to grow tall as fast as possible to get more sunlight. Also, most trees get thicker with time, but bamboo remains the same in diameter, which saves it a lot of time and energy it can use to grow taller.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.